Hello there. We are back on the Wii U, and what we are doing today is another homebrew video. It's been a while since I've uploaded a homebrew video, in a while since the Wii homebrew, or how to install the homebrew channel, which for some odd reason y'all really liked that one. Maybe y'all found it useful, I don't know, but for some reason a lot of y'all liked it. And today I'm going to show y'all how to install Aroma custom firmware onto your Wii U. But for the first part, our Wii U's going to be off. So take out our SD card, make sure it's FAT32, and then we go to our computer. Okay, hit his tail on accident. And as I've done before, I have used the guide from Scott47 because I trust him a lot with the homebrew things I do. Just sign in. And the first thing we're going to do is find Funky Scott's Google Doc that he made for how to install Aroma. Or I think it was some kind of jailbreak. And I'm going to find... There we go. Aroma Wii U. Yes, the way he does it is a jailbreak, and I'm also doing a jailbreak. Now, Google Doc. There we go. And this is the guide, and I will leave a link to it in the description of this video. And you do need FAT32 formatted on your SD card. And there's a few different files, which is what installs the Aroma custom firmware. So you click on the links, just download all the files, and first starting with Aroma, which I already have. So for you all, what you're going to do is go to the link for Aroma, and then click on it, and then get Aroma Beta 24, which is the most recent version of Aroma custom firmware. And then there's a few boxes you have to check in, and then after you check in or check all those boxes, then you'll have this. Then click download payloads, and then for Aroma, click download base Aroma, and then there's plugins, which if you want to, you can download all of them, but I already have all this, so I'm just going to close the tab, then go to payload installer link, Then you're going to want to download the zip payload loader installer .zip. I already have it too, so yeah, I just have everything already, so but I'm going to install it just to show y'all what to do. Okay. And then there's another file called sig patches, which I already have, but I will install. I'll be installing everything. Alright. Now I'm just getting the Aroma file since I didn't download it. So open our files really quick. Check our downloads. Yep. And then let's continue. I think we left off at sig patches. Yeah, I have sig patches. Then payload RPX. Then also download that zip file on GitHub. Then Wii U App Store releases. And my microphone was turned off. I really don't like using this because it keeps turning off on me. Okay, so I just unplugged the receiver. And this is getting really hard because the microphone keeps dying. I don't know why, but you gotta go back to how we used to do it. Just use my phone's microphone. And I'm just gonna stop recording here just to see if I missed out on any invaluable information I was saying earlier. So just let me check that. Okay, so where we left off was on the Wii U App Store. Then what I did was I installed appstore.wub, which you go to the GitHub link, releases, and then scroll down until you find the file appstore.wub. Download it. I already did because my microphone cut off and I didn't know. And then the last thing we'll be downloading is the block updates link, which gets you UF9, which what it does is that it removes the update folder from your Wii U, blocking updates and stopping bricks. And then you download uf9.zip. And then that's all the files. And then first, you go to the environment loader, then there's a folder named Wii U. And then what you're going to want to do with that is that you're going to want to copy it to your SD card. And then for the rest, you're just going to keep repeating that process. Just the zip files, except payload from RPX. What you're going to want to do when you get to payload.rpx is open the Wii U folder, find root.rpx, or you're going to go into payload from RPX, then go into the Wii U folder, and then find root.rpx. what you're going to want to do with root.rpx is copy it to your SD card and rename it to launch.rpx. And then once you copy all the zip files into the Wii U folders from the zip files into your SD card, they're all just going to merge together. So you don't need to worry about copying everything inside the folders. You can just drag it, or that's just on Windows. I think you can just merge them on Mac. I don't really know because I don't use Mac, so don't really know, but that's what I heard Funky Scott say, so don't trust everything I'm saying. And after you do that, what you're going to want to do with appstore.wub first is go to apps, then just place appstore.wub in there. And that's it you do for appstore.wub. But for sig patches, if I remember, it's environments, aroma, modules, setup. Yeah. Okay. Good. My memory is correct. So what you're going to want to do first is I'm going back here, and then what you're going to do is copy sigpatches.rpx to your SD card, and then first go into the Wii U folder, go into the environments folder, then go to the aroma folder, the modules folder, the setup folder, and then just copy sigpatches.rpx here, and then it will end up looking something like this. And then that is it, what you're going to do with the files. And then to actually get everything on here, that's it for the computer. And then I will meet you back on our Wii U. Oh, my camera always does that. Again? I apologize for that. Alright, we are back on the Wii U. Yeah, as you remember, I installed a custom theme, and SD caffeine loads up every time. Then sign in, and then what we're going to want to do is go into our system settings. And then yeah, I do that when I'm impatient. Then internet, connect to the internet. Connections, if you already set up a connection, then go to your internet, and then go to change settings, and then on DNS, click it, click don't auto obtain, and I'm gonna go look at the DNS that he said in the video for the DNSpresso exploit because I cannot remember it. So I will be back and we will have this DNS. Yeah, so let's do that. So the DNS is 85.215.57. Trying to remember now. Gonna have to check again because I cannot remember the last digits. Wait, no, I remember now. It's 185. So it's 85.215.57.185. And then confirm, and then when you save it, and when the connection test starts, throughout the entire thing, you're going to want to hold B on the Wii U gamepad. So press save, and then do a connection test, and then just hold B, and it's going to freeze before it connects to the internet. And then when it loads DNSpresso, you're going to want to keep holding B to get to the NAND dumper. And me, I already dumped my NAND and I could just use my 2 GB SD card because I don't have a lot of things, and my only save data is just Rabbids Land. Just keep holding it. Yep. What? Oh. Well, I guess... You know what, let me try this again. I'm not sure if I did something wrong. I'm gonna have to check. See if I said anything incorrect. I noticed the critical mistake I made. It doesn't end with 185, it's 182. So that was my mistake. So I sincerely apologize. It was not 185 at the end, it's 182. So the DNS should look like this. 85.215.57.182. I apologize for the mistake I have made. And then we confirm. And then save, and then we try the connection test again while holding B. As I said before, just wait till it runs DNS Espresso and just keep holding B. And then, yep, right here it froze. And then when it does this, you're just going to want to keep holding B until it loads DNS Espresso. And me, I've already done everything. So, yeah. So I'm not sure if it might work because it's taking unusually long. We could be running into a technical difficulty. Yeah, it's probably because I've already done this. But trust me, this does work. And on the NAND dumper, you can just watch my old video on the homebrew launcher because I think the NAND dumper is the exact same as it is on here, so I have no other option but to turn off my Wii U. And my Wii U gamepad is kind of having a stroke right now. But I reassure you, although it didn't work for me because I already did everything, it does work. And then, just so y'all know, you're gonna have to do it a second time, but do not hold B. So you can get to the environment loader, and then there's gonna be Aroma there, which actually gets you the custom firmware. And I think one of the buttons, I think it's minus, but on there it does say the button that sets it to a default. And on Aroma, you're going to want to press the button, which I think it's either Y or minus. I think it's minus. But you're going to want to click the button it says to set as a default. And then you now have Aroma custom firmware. And the first thing you're going to want to do is going to go to UFDyn if you haven't deleted the update folder already. And if you haven't, when you get to the environment loader, it will give you a warning that it can cause a brick because the update folder still exists. But that's why you got UFDyn. Yeah, UFDyn comes to the rescue and deletes the update folder to save your precious Wii U from a brick. Thank you, UFDyn. Or Gary Ordenix. You really saved us all here. And me already did it, so if I press A, if you already deleted it, you can actually get it back, just in case Nintendo releases another update for the Wii U, most likely not, because in the US, version 5.5.6 pretty much is the final version. But I could be wrong. Nintendo may suddenly just release 5.5.7. And then you don't have the update folder and then you can't update it. But you can get it back if you have time. And then pretty much that is it. I'm just gonna load this just in case, because I think somewhere along the oh yeah, I forgot you need this to switch to Aroma custom firmware. And the first time when you install it, it just puts the health and safety warnings and stuff like that, or the health and safety information as the payload, or what takes, I think it just loads it, or I don't know what it does. I can't remember, but you're going to want to go to payload loader installer again, or it's going to load you back onto stock firmware. I know a lot of things I'm saying are not making sense right now, because the last time I did this, it failed, or at least I thought it did. But I'm trying to remember, so bear with me, please. Now, I need to get my brain working for this. So when you install it, it's just going to put the health and safety information app as the payload loader installer. Then the second time, or when you go through the health and safety information, you're going to want to go to boot options, and then it's going to have some option to switch to Aroma custom firmware, but it's not going to be exactly the way I'm saying it, but it's going to be different. And then it's going to say you switch to your Wii U menu or something like that, but not exactly. But it will switch to Aroma custom firmware, and you can switch it back to stock firmware anytime. But yeah, there you go. That is the process of installing Aroma custom firmware. And I hope y'all enjoyed this tutorial, and I will catch y'all in the next video, which most likely will be about using themes with SD caffeine. So yeah, that's it for today's video. Hope you all have a great, amazing, awesome, wonderful day, and I will catch you in the next video. Goodbye. Yeah, also one small thing I wanted to mention, in my other homebrew videos, that on the VWii homebrew video, I said something about custom homebrew channels causing a brick, and that was incorrect, which I installed a black and red homebrew channel, and it worked just fine on VWii, so I apologize for also making that mistake. Yeah, I'm quite a mistake maker, but I do apologize for saying that, or just getting my information incorrect. And yeah, that's the reason why I'm making this, because I want to apologize for saying that, even though it is not true. And same for the theme thing, that is also not true. You can install themes just fine with CSM installer, but you still need preloader. Yeah, so I don't want to waste y'all's time with this. So yeah, that's the end of today's video. Thanks for watching, and this is the end.